Yeah! Thanks for clicking the video. This is going to be a testing and a review of this. This is the putting package. So this is made by the same people that make the power package, which is like 2 arms and cups that sit on your forearms there, and then you hit a ball and it sits on your forearms there. The same teacher that made that made this. I'm going to be testing it out. So I have 4 different 6-foot putts here. 6 feet is, I think, a good length, because that's really where I think that a lot of like be better golfers, I usually say, are people who have been playing golf for a long time and want to get to that next level. I really think that this is the distance. I really want to see if this can improve this length of putt, because this is about where the tour will make 50-50, depending on how difficult or how sloped the greens are. So that's really what I want to see, is how much this will help you make more putts. And not only will it help you make more putts, when you're using it, that's not very useful, is it? So we're going to see if it makes me a better putter afterwards too. First thing I want to show you is just basically how it works. So the idea is that you set this on, and depending on how tall you are or how you like to hold the putter, it has different length of arms here. But then it sets into the back of the club like this on some Velcro straps. And then you see this little dial here. There's a use for that I'll show you in a second. But basically, the standard mode that you use this with is you put this up against kind of right below your ribs, and you make some strokes, and you can see what it wants you to do is get your trunk and your arms moving at the same time. So not like that or like this. This is really designed to get your body really synced up to your arms in your putting, so you're more of one unit all together. And then the other thing I always talk about with training aids, you got to be able to feed it into your actual golf game when you're not using the training aid. And they thought about this with this one because it has this switch here. See this here? It's a switch, and if I switch that, now this thing freely moves. If that's on, this is kind of locked in place, won't move. But now it freely moves. So this is almost like an instantaneous checking mode, where you can check to see if you're doing it right. I want to feel the pressure on the right side of this arm and on the left side of this arm be equal the whole stroke. If it starts feeling like it's pinching me a little bit more this way or pinching me a little bit more on this way, then I know that my hands and body are not working at the same sync. But this is really interesting here, is when I flip this to the off position, so now this will freely move, what I saw was that with a lot of my putts in the finish, so I'd be on the green, good, and then right at impact, it would travel on about that way. So my body would basically come and stop there, and then the club would keep going. So it really helps me feel like, okay, this right side has got to keep driving through this way. I think that's why Tiger makes all those one-handed putts. He's always talking about he wants it to release, he wants it to release. Well, this would be it freezing, and this would be it releasing. On the dial here, you can see if I freeze, it keeps going, and it goes into this zone, past that green dot. But if I release, like Tiger's doing with those right arm only drills, that's how you want to finish. This is really going to be a test. So the first thing I have to do is I'm going to hit 20 putts going around this circle, and we'll see how many I make without the putting package or anything, just kind of getting a baseline here. Oh, great start. 1 of 1. Three of 4. And I always like to, whenever I do these diamond drills or 4 corners drills, I always like to have one ball that's yellow. Kind of feels like to make it a little bit different, kind of messes with your mind a little bit. 4 out of 5. Here we go. 10 out of 17. Okay, with only using my putter, I got 12 out of 20. So a little better than 50% from here. I started off on a tear, but then I started getting sloppy or something. I'm gonna hit 20 putts with the power package on, but because I know how training aids work, it's not just about using the training aid. It's only something that affords learning. So I'm constantly gonna have to be switching this on and off as I do these next 20 putts, in between the putts, to really feel like, okay, that's more together, that's more together. So let's see, I don't know, maybe I'll make more, maybe I'll make less. This is certainly different, so. There's a really big debate in golf when they banned the anchored putter. And the number one argument that people who said that it didn't matter would make, they would say, well, if it really helped, then everybody would be using it. Well, it helps. I mean, having it anchored to your body, it definitely helps. I mean, and maybe if they had let it go, like after Adam Scott won that Masters and Webb Simpson won the US Open, maybe if they let it go another 10 or 20 years, almost everybody would be using that. I mean, for shorter putts, it's really, really beneficial. All right, good start. 1 of 1. All right, now I'm gonna switch it off. And in between putts, I'm gonna have to feel this together without it helping. And then switch it back on to hit the putt. That's really how you should be using training aids. It's always feeding back into your stroke without this help. All right, 2 of 2. Nice stroke, that felt good. 6 out of 8. 10 out of 12, and the feeling you get, so I'm 10 out of 12, the feeling you get when using this is this unit is really working together and not soupy or fighting itself or waiting and then flipping. Because one of the main things it does when you do get disconnected, it changes not only the face of where it aims when you're kind of soupy, but also changes the loft, high-low of the club. Great putt, Brendy. Oh, beautiful stroke. 17 out of 20 with the power package on. Only missing 3. I mean, that's really, really good with it on. So the first thing that it shows to me is that when people say, oh, the belly putter didn't really help that much, or anchoring didn't help that much with putting, it helps. So what you really want to do is have an anchored putting stroke without actually anchoring it. So the real question is, did I improve? Did this make me a better putter? So I'm going to take this off, and now I have to keep that feeling, because I can't have that on the course. I have to keep that feeling on the course. And one thing that you can do on the course, put something there and just keep the feeling that putting package was giving you. Good start, 101. I didn't love, there's a little doubt in my mind. It was a good start, 101. Didn't love my backstroke, but 4-4. I like that. Nice. 6 out of 8. That was my best stroke yet. 11 out of 13. Yes! That felt good. That actually felt really good. So just to recap, I have 5.5 foot putts set up in 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and I hit 20 putts on each level. So with just my putter and before kind of a baseline, I made 12 out of 20. Then using the putting package, And not only using it, but also switching on and off and feeling it the whole time, I made 17 out of 20. Then taking the putting package off and not touching it at all during the final test, I made 17 out of 20. So I improved my putting from 5.5 feet, which is that crucial 50-50 make or miss percentage zone. I improved from 12 out of 20 to 17 out of 20. That's 5 more putts out of 20. So that's a really huge. Imagine if you were making these putts like 25 or 30% more often from 5 feet. And then, because I'd have to see how it affects, you know, longer putts, but this was really for putting because I found some really awesome stuff in the Be Better Golf putting system that Tim Yelverton and I did out here. But I was looking for something that would help me make more of the really close ones. I got insanely good at lagging putts, but I was looking for something additional to help me make closer putts and short putts. This is it. This is really, I think, a great training aid if you want to improve your putting, and I think everybody does. So final review of the putting package here. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite training aids, not just for putting, but for like all of golf. Because when they made it, they really put, you can see the thoughtfulness behind, hey, you're gonna have to be able to do this without this putting package on. You will putt better, especially from, I mean, I just demonstrated, from 10 feet in, you will make more putts with this thing on. But that doesn't mean that it's a very good training aid, because you might start to miss the training aid when you're out on the course. And they thought about this with this switch is just crucial. The training aid is important, whatever the training aid is, but how you use it is equally, if not more important. You don't want it to turn into a crutch, and this has something built into it so that it will, if you're smart, it will feed into your golf game. So the putting package you can find at their website, and everything is clicked in the description below. There's a special discount for Be Better Golfers using the promo code BBG. I contacted them and they're gonna give a special discount. Some of the training aids that I really like, so I'll contact the company and try to get something special for people who subscribe to the channel. So be a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody.